The modern American financial system is not merely built on currency and trade. It is anchored in a meticulously crafted foundation of manufactured anxiety. If one examines current demographic statistics, a startling reality emerges. Approximately 93% of retired Americans, individuals who have completed their professional journeys and are currently navigating their golden years, do not possess $500,000 in their personal savings accounts. This fact exists in direct opposition to the narrative pushed by major financial institutions. These entities, which have unfettered access to the same federal data, consistently publish benchmarks suggesting that $500,000 is nowhere near sufficient for a comfortable life. This discrepancy is not a coincidence or a failure of data analysis. It is a strategic design. The sticker price of retirement, the astronomical number you are told you must reach, was engineered to keep the workforce in a state of perpetual accumulation. By maintaining a constant sense of financial inadequacy, the industry ensures a steady flow of capital into managed funds. To understand the truth, we must move past glossy marketing brochures and fear-based surveys. Instead, we must analyze the raw data provided by the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances and the Employee Benefit Research Institute. Once we bridge the gap between what we are told we need and what retirees actually have, the terrifying requirement for millions of dollars reveals itself as a profit-driven myth. The MSRP of the golden years. To grasp how this psychological anchoring works, imagine walking onto a luxury car lot. Every vehicle features a manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, prominently displayed on the window. It is presented as an authoritative, non-negotiable law of economics. Yet, seasoned buyers know that almost no one pays the sticker price. Through incentives, trade-ins, and dealer negotiations, the final transaction is often significantly lower. The sticker remains, however, to make the consumer feel that the higher number is the true value, making any slight reduction feel like a hard-won victory. The retirement industry has spent the last 3 decades running this exact play. They have established a sticker price for the average American retirement at roughly $1.46 million. Millions are spent on advertising to ensure this figure becomes the psychological anchor for your financial life. This creates a benchmark victim mentality. Consider a comparison to the fitness industry. Imagine a personal trainer who insists that to be functionally healthy, a person must be able to run a 4-minute mile. They frame this world-class athletic achievement not as an aspiration, but as a clinical baseline. If you believed this lie, you would spend your life feeling like a physical failure. You would buy every supplement, specialized shoe, and training session offered, perpetually chasing a goal designed to be unattainable for the average human. You would be a customer for life because you are chasing a phantom standard. This is precisely how the retirement conversation functions in the United States. Real data versus statistical outliers. When we peel back the marketing and look at the Federal Reserve's actual data, a different picture of American aging appears. For citizens aged 65 to 74, the average retirement account balance sits at approximately $469,000. At first glance, this seems to validate the industry's claims, as it is nearly halfway to $1 million. However, the average, mean, is a deceptive metric in a society with high wealth inequality. A small percentage of multi-millionaires and billionaires at the very top pull the arithmetic average far above the reality experienced by the middle class. The median balance, the midpoint where half have more and half have less, paints a much grittier picture. Approximately $200,000. This means half of all current American retirees are managing their lives with less than $200,000 in dedicated savings. Even more striking is the fact that only about 3.2% of the retiree population has actually crossed the $1 million threshold. In other words, 97 out of 100 people have failed the industry's test. If these benchmarks were truly the minimum for a dignified life, the United States would be facing a civilizational catastrophe, a generation-wide emergency of millions living in squalor. Yet, the Employee Benefit Research Institute's Satisfaction Survey consistently shows that 62% of retirees rate their life satisfaction at an 8 or higher out of 10. Even through the economic volatility of the 2020s, the majority of retirees remain satisfied with their lifestyle. This leads to an inescapable conclusion. Either the industry's math is fundamentally flawed, or the definition of comfortable has been deliberately inflated to serve a corporate bottom line. From pensions to profits, the great shift. To understand the origin of the high sticker price, we must revisit the early 1990s. This era marked the rapid decline of defined benefit pensions, the traditional plans that provided a guaranteed monthly check for life. These were replaced by defined contribution plans, like the 401k and IRA. This shift effectively transferred all management risk, market volatility, and fee burdens from the employer to the individual employee. Between 1980 and 2019, private sector pension participation plummeted from 38% to roughly 13%. Suddenly, millions of workers were forced to ask, how much is enough, without any institutional safety net? The financial services industry was happy to provide the answer, largely because their revenue model shifted to assets under management, AUM. Under an AUM structure, an advisor's income is tied directly to the size of the client's account. If a firm manages $200,000 at a 1% fee, they earn $2,000. If they can convince the client that they actually need $1.4 million, their revenue increases sevenfold to $14,000 for virtually the same amount of administrative work. The sticker price is high because high balances are profitable. Over a 30-year retirement, a 1% fee on a modest account doesn't just represent the cash paid, it represents the lost compounding growth of that capital. This can equate to nearly $170,000 in forfeited wealth. The MSRP of retirement is a fee generation engine that continues to charge you long after your final paycheck has been cashed. The power of the income floor. The primary error in conventional retirement math is treating the problem as a savings issue rather than an income issue. The industry focuses on your pile of assets. Let's call this Pile 2, because that is where they can apply fees. They want you to ignore your guaranteed income floor, Pile 1, which consists of Social Security, potential pensions, and rental income. For an average married couple, Social Security can provide between $3,500 and $4,500 per month in inflation-adjusted, guaranteed-for-life income. To purchase a private annuity that offers that same level of security, an individual would have to pay an insurance company over $1 million up front. Essentially, Most Americans already own $1 million asset in the form of Social Security, but industry scare tactic calculators deliberately exclude it to make your personal savings goal seem more daunting. Consider the tale of two retirees, Frank and Gary. Frank is a retired postal worker with only $140,000 in savings. By industry standards, he is a failure. However, Frank has a government pension and Social Security that total $4,000 a month. His home is paid off, and his cost of living in a quiet town is $3,200. Frank is cash flow positive every month. He does not fear market crashes because his lifestyle is not dependent on the stock market. Gary has $800,000 in a managed account. He pays over $8,000 a year in advisory fees and still carries a mortgage. To survive, Gary must withdraw 4.4% of his portfolio annually. If the market dips, Gary's future is at risk. Gary has nearly 6 times the savings of Frank, but he lives in a state of constant stress. He is a victim of the sticker price, focusing on the size of his pile rather than the stability of his floor. Behavioral consequences and the math of reality. When you believe you are behind, you make systematically poor decisions. Behavioral finance demonstrates that those who feel they have no margin for error are more likely to panic sell during market corrections. They often chase high-yield investments or purchase complex, fee-laden insurance products in a desperate attempt to reach a goal they never actually needed. The psychological toll of this anxiety is often more damaging than the fees themselves. If we apply realistic math to a 52-year-old earning $120,000 a year, the results are illuminating. Most calculators will demand a $1.46 million nest egg. However, real-world spending usually drops by 20% in retirement as mortgages are settled and work-related expenses vanish. If we subtract the projected Social Security income from this reduced spending, the actual gap that needs to be filled by savings might only be $17,000 a year. Using the standard 4% rule, that individual only needs a portfolio of $425,000 to cover the gap. If they already have $380,000 in a 401k, they are essentially finished. They could stop over-contributing, reduce their stress, and perhaps even retire years earlier. But the sticker price on the window keeps them in the office for an extra decade of unnecessary labor. Reclaiming the narrative. To escape the trap of the retirement MSRP, you must adopt a tactical 3-step plan. Identify the floor. Stop obsessing over your 401k balance and visit the Social Security website to find your actual income floor. This is your most valuable asset. Audit actual expenses. Calculate your retirement needs based on specific line items, taxes, healthcare, and food, rather than a generic percentage of your current salary. Recognize the conflict of interest. Understand that the greatest risk to your future isn't having a smaller account, but miscalculating your risk because you are chasing a ghost. The financial industry built the lens through which you view your future, and they intentionally left out the part that shows you how stable you actually are. Once you see the income floor, the sticker price loses its power. You aren't failing. You are simply being sold a version of reality that prioritizes their management fees over your peace of mind. Retirement is not about hitting $1 million jackpot. It is about ensuring your monthly income exceeds your monthly outgo. Once you solve that simple arithmetic, The MSRP on the window becomes nothing more than a suggestion you are free to ignore.